I'm glad that he is no longer chief, and I'm glad for India's sake, as well as for the region's sake. The last thing the world needs is a Bonaparte in the Indian army. During the 1950s, there used to be a joke. Jawaharlal Nehru was Prime Minister since 1947, and he remained till his death. And he won 4 elections during that period. And so the joke used to be that India has had several army chiefs and 1 prime minister. And in Pakistan, the reverse was true, because we ended up having 6 prime ministers in a 9-year period and 1 army chief. So an overweening army chief is not a good idea. All nations, all modern nations need an army. It should be a professional army. It should be an army of people with tremendous capabilities and training, and Pakistan should have that, and so should India. But generals thinking that they should define what the national purpose is a bad idea, and I'll tell you why. When I was a young journalist, I interviewed one of Pakistan's very prominent generals who had become a general after having joined the army as a rangroot, as a sipai. So he'd gone from a sepoy to a general, 4-star general. So I asked him that, when you came into, when Ayub Khan appointed you governor and all that, why did you fail? You were such a successful military man. And he said, look, when I was recruited in the British Indian Army, I had a British sergeant who said the purpose of a soldier is to locate the enemy and liquidate the enemy. Locate the enemy and liquidate the enemy. But he said, but throughout my career, I had been trained to let the process of defining who is the enemy and what is to be done about the enemy in the big picture to somebody else. Once I was made in charge, politically, I had to contend in my head with different opinions. And I didn't know who to locate and who to liquidate. Because politics is about contending visions for what is right. And very frankly, Pakistan has come to grief because Ayub Khan and Ziaul Haq and Musharraf tried to impose on the Pakistani nation one vision. A vibrant nation should allow different visions for that nation's future. So my vision is as valid as General Kiani's vision. And the Pakistani people should have the right to weigh both visions and choose them. So if your generals also start doing this, the dhoti-wala civilians, they don't know what to do, we are going to tell them what to do, they have no clue, some of them are not that educated as well, or their accents are not that clipped, or they don't know how to behave and eat with a fork and knife in a bar, in a mess, etc., etc. If that process starts, it's going to be harmful for your country as much as it has been harmful for ours. So without interfering or commenting on Indian domestic politics, just at a philosophical level, I think that the very notion of people in the military trying to influence political decisions is not a healthy thing in any country, wherever it is.